Hey y'all, it's your girl Shonda, aka The Ball and the Beautiful, back with another video. By the title, you can tell that this is a haul video. I mentioned in my last video, which was my what I wore last week video, that I had a couple fragrances that were coming in and that I would do a haul. I also did a short. If you watch this short, then you know a couple of the fragrances that I'm going to mention, but I do have two others that came in after I filmed that short. So we'll go ahead and get into the video. But before we do that, if you have not already, I ask that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel and be sure to like the video. Hit the subscribe button or subscribe bell so that you'll know every time that I post a video. And be sure to leave me a comment below. Let me know what your fragrance of the day is. So the first fragrance, so in my last video I mentioned that I did not own prior to that any celebrity fragrances, but there's one I had been hearing about or I guess watching people talk about on YouTube that I was curious about. That fragrance is Rebel Le Fleur by Rihanna. It's the other side of the box, and this is the bottle. I mentioned that I have quite a few fragrances, so I did not feel it necessary to purchase a large bottle or a larger bottle of the fragrance, but I smelled it, of course, when I got it because I just couldn't wait. And of course, I'm going to go over some of the notes with you all. This one has notes, the top notes of peach, plum, and red berries. Middle notes of coconut, tuberose, hibiscus, and violet. And the base notes are vanilla, patchouli, musk, and amber. And smelling this, I can't say that I make out any of the notes. It is a nice fragrance. Not what I expected at all. I don't know. I feel like maybe I had low expectations of celebrity fragrances. That might be one of the reasons why I never got into them. There's another one I want to try. A celebrity fragrance that is, and I think it's Fancy by Britney Spears. I hear a lot of people talk about that, and it seems to be a favorite in the fragrance community. But this is a nice one. I can't wait to wear it on my skin. And of course, I'll come back with a video on that to let you know how it wore. Next up in the haul, we have Jimmy Choo. Jimmy Choo. This is the box. Again, I got a small fragrance or a small bottle of it. This is it outside of the packaging. Really cute bottle. I've been seeing this one quite a bit. I've actually seen it in the stores. And for whatever reason, I never stopped to smell it. But with these first three that I'm going to go over, I actually found them on the discount website. So I got them for a pretty decent price. Cheap enough for me to feel like if I didn't care for them, well, two of them, cheap enough that if I didn't care for them, that, you know, it'd be okay. I wouldn't feel like I had wasted a ton of money on them. But this one is nice as well. The notes in it, top notes of pear, mandarin orange, and green notes. Middle note of orchid, base notes of toffee and patchouli. This again is a nice one. Looking forward to wearing it as well. I like to see how it performs. The next fragrance is one that was inspired by an influencer. She's on Instagram. I refuse to butcher her name. I'll do my best. Well, I'll put her name across the screen, and if I can figure out how, I'll put her Instagram page on the screen, and even link her page below. And I also think, well, I'm almost positive she has a YouTube channel, so I'll do my best to link all of her information. But it is Ornament, and the Ornament Parfum, and the brand, I don't think I've ever heard anybody pronounce it, but it's AFNAN, Afnan is what I'm thinking it is, and I could very well be wrong. But this one is one that I could not find on Fragrantica for some reason. The brand name Hey, I didn't show the bottle, sorry. This is it, ornament. They didn't have notes, like I said, on Fragrantica for whatever reason. So I had to go online and search for some notes. Let's see, spray to remind myself. So on their website, and I'll link it below, but again, I got this from a discount website, so I'll try to remember to link it as well. It lists the top notes as fruity and coconut. Middle notes are floral and orange flower. Base notes, amber, musk, and vanilla. And I'm trying to, there was some other information I located. Okay, here it is. This was, well, I guess it came from their website as well, but for some reason it must have been in a different spot. But it says, blending fruity, floral, tropical, gourmand, and warm accords, Afnan Ornament offers a delightful journey for the senses. This women's fragrance is packaged in a gold and silver bottle, hinting at the luxe experience that awaits. It starts with top notes of orange, tangerine, peach, and coconut before revealing a heart of magnolia, jasmine, gardenia, and orange blossom matched with a cozy vanilla. So this is very gourmand. I do smell the vanilla, and it's not like any vanilla in any of the other scents that I own. I don't get any of the citrus notes like the orange and tangerine, but the vanilla is heavy in there. Maybe the orange blossom. I may be getting that, but that's a very nice fragrance in my opinion. If you haven't, I recommend getting your nose on that. So those are the first three. Those were placed in one order, and this next one is one that I think I placed orders on two different discount websites. So this last one from the discount website is from a brand where I don't own any fragrances from. I heard people talk about the Fragrance House quite a bit. Also, this the fragrance that I picked up, and so this is the box. It's by Nishane, or Nishane is how I've heard it pronounced. So this is it out of the shell. Pulling it out the box, it's giving me a hard time there. Just a little card that came in the box. And this is the fragrance. The pronunciation, I heard people say Hasivat, also Hachivat. I heard it pronounced that way as well. So there's the fragrance. And I opened this card when I first got it, but I don't recall what it was. It's like a little postcard, which is cute. I don't know anybody that I would send a postcard to, but it lists the notes on here, so I don't have to go to Fragrantica. Top notes are bergamot, pineapple, and grapefruit. Middle notes are jasmine, patchouli, and cedarwood. And the base notes are clearwood, oak moss, and dry timberwood. Never heard of clearwood or dry timberwood as a note in a fragrance, but this is it again. It comes right out. The bottle is pretty, in my opinion. Now, this, I don't know what I expected of the fragrance, but it's not what I expected. No, there's the top of the bottle too. The name of the brand is Nishane, in black. So, with this, I do get the grapefruit and the bergamot. So, very citrus heavy in my opinion. Patchouli is a note that I feel like I'm familiar with, but I don't pick up any patchouli in this. But if you like a citrus fragrance, if you like to smell fresh, this will be a fragrance that I would recommend trying out. don't blind buy it like I did. Get you a sample of that. If I can find any of the websites that sell samples that has that to sample, I'll link that down below. But like I said, it's not what I expected. Not sure what exactly I expected. It's one that will probably have to grow on me. Definitely, you know, maybe I'll try it as it gets cooler. Maybe, well, no, because if it's a citrus, then I guess it should be worn in the warmer months like spring and summer. But I'll keep trying it. Yeah, I'll keep trying it. But again, not one that I would recommend that you blind buy, because even though I got it at a discount, it still wasn't, you know, an inexpensive purchase. So that was, again, Hashibat by Nishane. And just to see what Fragrantica has listed, I want to see how close they are to what is listed on the postcard that I got. And it has the notes listed there. So yeah, they didn't deviate from what the brand says is in the fragrance. So the last pickup, this one is the one I mentioned in my last video that I decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and pick up. And I'm not turning around yet, but by this, looking at the container, you can tell who the brand is. It's Louis Vuitton, and the fragrance that I picked up was Attrape Vif is how I pronounce it, but that's probably wrong. So let's go to Google and see how they pronounce it, because again, I only speak English. I know I've mentioned that before. Let's see. Okay, that ain't it. That's Apple telling me how to pronounce it, and I know that ain't it. So let's see. Attrape is the pronunciation. That was pretty good for my first time. Yeah. Go Shonda. But anyway, Attrape is the name of the fragrance. And with this one, I picked up the smaller size, which I think is a 100 ml bottle. So this is a 100 ml bottle, so 3.4 fluid ounces. 3.4 fluid ounces. And what I understand, these bottles are refillable. I purchased it online. There is, I purchased it online. There is a Louis Vuitton store, maybe about an hour and a half to 2 hours from me, but I didn't want to have to make that trip to pick it up. But yeah, and I don't know why. They offer engraving. I don't know why I didn't get this engraved when I ordered it online. It looks like it's an option for when you order online. I think I was just so hot booty to get it that I was rushing and checked out without paying attention. But Attrape, again, is a fragrance, and this one lists top notes of lychee, ginger, and bergamot. The middle notes are peony, cacao, and Turkish rose, and the base note is patchouli. So with this one, what I think I smell is the patchouli and the rose. I can't say that I make out anything else, but with this fragrance, I initially reached out to Louis Vuitton. I called the customer service number, and I told them that there was, even though I know there's one about 2 hours from me, I let them know that there was not any stores in my area that carried the scent, but I was interested in purchasing some, and before doing that, I would like to get some samples. So they sent me, I requested a sample of that, and I honestly cannot recall the other 2 samples that I received. But if you're interested in some of the Louis Vuitton fragrances and you don't have one in your area, call them, ask them for some samples. They may hesitate a little bit in the beginning, but I eventually got my samples. But this one is one that I'm happy that I finally got into my collection. I think I initially smelled it. It was a few months ago. I know 2 to 3 months ago. And I just kept putting it off and putting it off. But I'm glad that I finally got it so that I can enjoy it before it starts to get cooler. But that is the last of the fragrances in my haul. I would say it was a successful haul. Overall, I would say it's a good haul. The blind buy purchases, I would say pretty much they were good. The Hachivat, I just have to play around with a little more and get used to it on my skin. I may even look for ideas on how to layer it. That's not something I have been doing, but in order to make it not as citrus, because I don't actually think I'm a freshy girl, or I think I like more warm and spicy and more, not necessarily floral, maybe more fruity fragrances. I guess would be my thing. But yeah, I'm gonna keep playing with it, and hopefully it grows on me sooner rather than later. And yeah, that is all that I have for you all for this video. I'm actually going to go ahead and film my what I wore last week video. And before you go, if you haven't, if you didn't, if you don't follow instructions, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to like this video. Hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post a video. And I will see you in the next one, which will be in about 5 minutes. Now take care. Bye.